Paul Booker, also known as Major Disaster, has been affiliated with Army of Crime, Justice League, Injustice League, Suicide Squad, and Skull. His notable aliases include Bennett Brodsky, and his abilities include altering probability to cause disasters, e.g. earthquakes, asteroid showers, force field generation, and the ability to see strands of chaos.
Paul Booker was nothing more than a cheap crook. On the run from the police, he found an unlocked apartment window and climbed in to hide out. Unbeknownst to him, it belonged to Thomas Kalmaku, Green Lantern's former friend and confidant.
Accidentally activating a hidden control panel, he claims to have discovered Kalmaku's casebook on Green Lantern. Using this, he supposedly found out the secret identities of both Green Lantern and the Flash.
Armed with this knowledge, he decided to embark on a criminal career under the name of Major Disaster, and hired a group of criminal scientists to create devices for him capable of causing natural disasters. Using his new powers, he set out to kill the crime fighters, but was defeated, and was thought to have died in the ensuing explosion.
However, Disaster was wearing a device that protected him from any disaster he created. This device made his atoms reform over time, invisibly returning him to human form.
However, his luck against Green Lantern failed to improve, and he was defeated again.
Later, Major Disaster threatened the United Nations on behalf of the racist group New Reich. He attempted to destroy the UN Manhattan buildings using a master fisher he started, but was stopped by Karate Kid.
He would later join forces with the Lord of Time in order to torment the Karate Kid. Booker found that his power had started to internalize in him, but was growing in magnitude and slowly destroying him.
He sought to remove the excess power by transferring it onto Superman, and was defeated again. Superman, aided by Batman, also defeated him when he joined General Scar's Army of Crime.
Seeking to finally kill Green Lantern, Booker threatened to destroy the Baldwin Hills Dam unless Green Lantern faced him. Green Lantern arrived at the dam, believing that Green Lantern was ridiculing him. He destroyed the dam and nearly the majority of Los Angeles.
Due to one of Lantern's constructs, Disaster was defeated and went insane, believing everybody to be Green Lantern. For a time, Booker served as an operative of the international crime cartel known only as Skull, when its leader, Simon Pons, recruited him to the cartel.
Both Booker and Skull ran afoul of the outsiders when Skull began kidnapping prominent scientists, metahumans, and millionaires. He also caused the destruction of the Outsiders Station Markovia headquarters, making it sink off the coast of Los Angeles.
It was while in prison that Disaster first met the Mighty Bruce, a computer wizard who stole money from huge corporations to give to charity. The Mighty Bruce suddenly seemed vital to Disaster's future plans of a villainous team, the Injustice League.
The team consists of Disaster as leader, the Mighty Bruce, Multi-Man, Clue Master, Big Sur, and Clock King. Disaster and the League came into possession of a Thanagarian warship left over from a recent alien invasion of Earth and planned to use the weapons on board to attack the Justice League.
Unfortunately for them, Guy Gardner, who was clearing up a Kund warship close by, intercepted their radio transmission and met the ship. He tore the craft into pieces and took the League into custody. Once free, the League decides that their criminal career would be easier in Europe and travel to Paris to set up base.
Unfortunately, the Justice League Europe branch had just opened its doors, and the League found themselves in the same French for Beginners class as the JLE. A scuffle soon breaks out. They are quickly deported from France, Their next mission involves breaking into the bank at the Club JLI casino on the island of Kui Kui Kui.
While this operation was a success, they are unable to spend their winnings as the island started to drift into the ocean. It turns out the island was sentient. Recruited by the JLA, Disaster helps avoid the ensuing geological and tectonic chaos by assisting Aquaman in anchoring the island to an underground volcano.
He then chooses to stay and face justice, rather than flee, despite having the opportunity. Attempting to go legit, the Injustice League were given a chance by Maxwell Lord, the then chief of the JLI. They somehow managed to stop a terrorist attack, and were subsequently sent to the South Pole to form the Justice League Antarctica, along with other nuisances, Nort and the Scarlet Skier.
The team was short-lived as Disaster destroyed their embassy whilst defeating a waddle of killer penguins. The team, though lacking an embassy, stayed together, acting as bodyguards for Maxwell Lord when he was in a gunshot-induced coma. They also joined the American and European leagues, the team called the Conglomerate, and the intergalactic bounty hunter Lobo in a pitched battle against Despero.
Major Disaster, in an effort to stop Despero, turned Times Square into smoking rubble. Afterwards, they departed from the League. Following this, the group returned to crime. They attempted to steal from the cult of Minister Sun, only to have their loot stolen back from them.
Disaster's career took a boost when he accepted a deal from Neron that greatly enhanced his disaster-causing powers, making feats much easier and giving him far more disasters to cause, at the cost of his soul. Apparently at Neron's direction, Major Disaster lived up to his name when he caused a series of events to occur that resulted in the destruction of a commercial airplane and a military submarine, with all on board both vessels killed.
This destruction also caused the death of Thanatos, who had sought to replace the King of Atlantis. The team then received an offer from the government to work on their Suicide Squad. Major Disaster agreed, even volunteering Multi-Man against his will.
They were sent to a small island off the coast of Iceland to deal with a terrorist situation and an out-of-control genetic experiment. Lifeless, explosive genetic constructs who looked like kids killed Big Sur. The rest of the children were shrunk by Multi-Man.
Multi-Man was shot through the head soon after. However, he is known to have revived from worse. Unfortunately, Clock King, who had no such powers, was shot repeatedly. In the resulting chaos, Major Disaster perceived that Cluemaster saved his life at least twice, before also being shot dead.
Cluemaster survived his injuries, but with multiple scars. Disaster stayed with the squad until Superman gave him a chance to prove his heroic worth in defeating a number of Superman's foes. Batman also followed Disaster's career, and the Dark Knight chose him to serve on a substitute Justice League of America, while the regular members served on a top-secret mission, the other members of the team being Nightwing, Green Arrow, Atom, Hawkgirl, Faith, Firestorm, and Jason Blood.
The original League's final fate was unknown to the team, and for some time, they thought the original JLA had perished. Finally acting as a hero and receiving some respect for the first time in his career, Disaster jumped at the chance and remained with the team following their return, and the subsequent battle with the powerful Atlantean sorceress Gamemne.
After joining, he became extremely close to Faith and claims to be the only person in the League to have seen her true form. Major Disaster later joined the Justice League Elite, a covert ops arm of the Justice League led by Sister Superior. During his JLE stint, it was revealed that he was an alcoholic.
Later, while fighting with the Justice Society of America, Booker used his powers while hungover, resulting in Hawkgirl being severely injured, and, later on, in the death of teammate Manitou Raven. At the end of his time with Justice League Elite, he resigned from the League and asked them to wait a few months before sending any visitors in capes. During the Superboy Prime crisis, Major Disaster was present at the Battle of Metropolis.
He is quickly killed by Superboy Prime amidst the chaos. Major Disaster was later reanimated as a member of the Black Lantern Corps, along with the other heroes killed by Superboy Prime, and head for Earth Prime to torment him. Superboy Prime destroys them by using the Black Ring cycling through the power set of emotions, resulting in a burst of colored energy that destroys Black Lanterns.
Major Disaster's powers originally came from a set of weapons he used to cause natural disasters. Over time, exposure to these weapons made the powers internalize, and now Disaster can cause chaos at will. His deal with Neron greatly enhanced his powers, enabling him to see the strands of chaos around him.
The disasters he can now control theoretically range from being able to command asteroid showers without breaking a sweat, to causing heart attacks, nosebleeds, and even making people trip up. He appears to have no real limitations, though he lacks fine control. He has devised a force field for himself, using his powers to redirect attacks, though it appeared he didn't use it much for some strange reason. While Major Disaster is adept at creating chaos, it takes him great effort to stop disasters, whether his own or natural.